that this country is not poor. A country of several millions of people with our size, with our God-given resources. There's a discussion on the need for clear roadmap for education. There is. After we put this roadmap together and we look at it, then we will establish student loan. 4 years course, must be 4 years course. The variables, we take care of the variables. Interest rate, when does it start? When do you start to pay? When do you start to be employed? What aspect of it is to be written off during NYC? Or when does it continue? We answer those questions. They are questions. They have answers. Conceptually, the student loan, no one should be left behind.
So today I want to quickly look at the speech made recently by Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his meeting with business leaders, where he talked about his roadmap for education, and he talked about the fact that he is going to be giving student loans, to students who cannot afford to pay for their education. And I thought to myself, is this all what the educational sector really needs now? I mean, we have a lot of lingering issues, lingering problems existing in the educational sector. I did not hear him talk about improving the quality of education in Nigeria, because the quality of education right now in public schools in Nigeria is whacked. Most serious parents don't want to put their children in public school anymore because the quality there is substandard compared to what we had in the 50s and in the 60s and even in the 70s and in the 80s. I mean, the quality now has so much drop at the advent of all these money-back politicians. Beyond giving student loan, I mean, that is the least of the problems right now in the educational sector. We should be looking at ensuring that children can get access to free education from primary to secondary school. You know why? Because when you do that, you are investing in the future of the manpower or the human resources of your country. When you do that, children, must get access to free primary education, secondary education. Their parents should not be thinking of how to get their fees. As long as you are a child, you should be enrolled in school, and it must be made compulsory and mandatory if we want to see a change in our social development. I mean, the social vices right now is so much, because you see young people taking to crime, taking harms at so young age. It's just because these children, many of them didn't have access to modern education. And how do you make this education attractive for them? It's by ensuring that even the classrooms where the teaching is taking place, where the educational activity is taking place, is very attractive to them. I mean, I've traveled a bit, across different countries other than Nigeria, and I see how the classrooms look like. I mean, the other time I was in one of the elementary school classrooms, and I saw what their classroom looks like. I was wowed, because as a primary 2 pupil, when you enter their class, their elementary schools in developed countries, you will see nothing less than 2 computers there. The children are already using tablets to learn. Some of them have big screen projectors in their class. I mean, I never had opportunity to see any of those things when I was schooling in Nigeria until maybe I started working. Throughout my primary school days, secondary school days, university as well, I never saw projector being used to teach me in class, not to talk of computer. But look at serious government developed countries, they are equipping the classrooms, and in addition they are equipping the teachers as well to make sure that the children are happy to come to school. The children actually look forward to going to school, and that is what we need to be doing in Nigeria. We should make education attractive for these children. They should choose to be in the classroom rather than being outside there begging or taking to crime or any form of social vices. It's because even the classrooms, the classrooms are not conducive for learning. They are not conducive for these children to be in. They prefer to be in their houses than to be in those classrooms. So I expect whoever wants to be the president of Nigeria now to be talking to us about changing the face of all the classrooms in Nigeria, public classrooms in Nigeria. I expect them to be talking about training and retraining of all the teachers, so that the quality of teachers can even match the quality of the kind of education we want to give to these children. We should be talking about revamping our curriculum as well, such that the school curriculum will be, will have a lot of life skills in it, technical skills in it, such that the things we are learning in school are the things that are applicable in real life, so that when the people graduate from school, they can apply what they have learned in school, to real life situations. Most of the things we were taught in school, when we graduated from school, we realized that those things were not applicable in real life. We now had to start doing professional examination, retraining and all of that for us to be able to learn what we really need on the job, that is applicable in real life. But it's not like that in developed countries. Developed countries structure the curriculum of their education in such a way that it is what is applicable in real life that will be done in the classroom, and that's why they don't joke with research and development. But I didn't hear Chiwaju or Bola Tinubu talk about research, investing in research and development. Anyway, I know he's a capitalist, and I know that his government will be a capitalist government. I mean, he does not invest in anything that he will not make profit from. He will always invest in projects that will fetch him money. It is where his interest lies that he puts money in. His interest lies. What will make him money is the student loan. And you heard him talking about things like, it's only going to be for 4 years. So if a child wants to study medicine or pharmacies or engineering courses that are above 4 years, are you telling us they will not have access to loans? So I just find this man saying a lot of things that deep thought have not gone into it. Because see, whether you like it or not, we need people who can research and bring about solutions to many problems and many challenges that we are facing in Nigeria currently, whether in the business sector, whether in government, whether in social life or wherever. We need more people that are well researched, well knowledgeable. We need all hands to be on deck. In fact, what the educational sector needs now is a transformation. It's not patches. It's a transformation, and that is why I love what Awolowo did in the Western region between 1955 and I think 1966, where he made primary education free for states in the Western region. Lagos State is a beneficiary, Ondo, Benin, Abeokuta, and some other state like that. And you can see the impact of the fact that Awolowo gave free education to every child. Then you can see what impact it has on the Western region today. So now imagine you replicating the same, because you have not even talked to us about giving free education at the primary and the secondary level, and it's at the tertiary level that people should be talking about, okay, we can now pay for our education. I mean, you did not say anything about that. And the primary and the secondary are the most important, because those are the foundational levels, and we need to pay critical attention to that sector. And you kept talking about loans upon loans upon loans. I mean, now if Awolowo made you people that went to school in the 1950s, in the 60s, 70s or 80s to pay school fees, if education was not free at primary, secondary level during your time, Please tell me, would someone like you have opportunity to go to school? Because I don't know why we are commercializing everything. You've commercialized the construction of road. The other time you talk about putting toll gate. Now you want to commercialize education, talking about the interest rate on the student loan. You are always after the things that will benefit your pocket. And I don't think those are the kind of leaders we need right now. We need leaders that will be committed to our social life, to our social causes. We need leaders that will be committed to the welfare of the people. What is the taxpayers' money meant for? We should be using the taxpayers' monies judiciously. We should be blocking all leakages. We should be looking inwards. Everything about your funding should not be about loan. What happens to the taxpayers' money? So please, we are tired of maintaining the status quo. I mean, if Awolowo did not offer free education to many of these people now in politics, I don't think you will be where you are today. Many of them enjoyed missionary schools for free. You went to missionary schools for free, but now you make parents pay through their nose. The more politicians we have in Nigeria, the less we see of good governance. So why is it like that? I mean, there's so much political activity in Nigeria. Every state you go to, you see politics, at play there, at work there, but you cannot see governance, whether you like it or not. If Asiwaju mistakenly wins the 2023 election, he's going to create a capitalist economy in Nigeria. Capitalist economy is a profit-oriented economy. He will only invest in projects that he can make profit from, and we saw the example from Lagos State. Anything that will not bring money into his pocket, forget it. He will not put money there. So please, you guys should think twice. I still believe that Peter Obi, that is talking about cutting the cost of governance, seem more like someone that would deliver the kind of a nation we need, and not someone that is just talking about borrowing loan. You mean after all the loans Buhari has taken, you also want to add to that loan so that our children and children will continue to pay? You people enjoy free education. Your children that are all schooling abroad, because all these politicians, their children are schooling abroad. I believe it's the taxpayers' money that is even funding their children's education abroad. Your children don't pay for education. So why do you make citizens of Nigeria pay through their nose for education, despite the fact that they've paid their taxes? Nothing is free right now in Nigeria. If possible, government wants us to pay for the air we breathe, but I mean, God is bigger than that. I would like to stop here. I think I've said a lot. Guess what? I'm just spreading more light.